Oh, I'm here. Sorry, I was preoccupied with my dog. She was lying down here next to me. And now she goes. I'm back. I'm back for more punishment. I have a harrowing tale to tell you today. Could have ended horribly. It went okay. Like, I'm fine, thank goodness. But it could have gone another way very quickly. And anyway, I I went out and I'm working on Sven right now because um, I got to get some headway done on him. But I went to Kinko's today and I uh, made blow ups of all the patterns, and then I came home and decided that I was going to start cutting out the pieces that I want here. The out of floor mat, the big pieces that I need, because his skull is made of L200 or EVA foam, and the muzzle is going to be made out of upholstery foam, mainly because I just can't afford to do it out of reticulated foam. But anyway, I stacked it up like I usually do, and I made pinned them together 4 deep, and set about cutting. And let me tell you, I am deathly afraid of that bandsaw. I always have been. I always will be. I treat it with the respect it needs. However, I still got cut very barely. Let's see, you can kind of see it. It's on this knuckle right here. See it? So what happened was I was cutting away, keeping my fingers out of the way of the blade, and as I turned it off, it started. It came to it was slowing down, and I was clearing off the excess foam, and my knuckle brushed against the slowly spinning blade. It was probably going maybe a 32nd of the speed that it usually does. And the scary part was it didn't even register that it was moving. I just was doing my thing and didn't think. And as soon as it happened, I pulled my hand back, and it just gave me the equivalent of a paper cut. But I tell you what, it so easily could have just ripped right through my finger. It really, if not taking the finger off, then at least really damaged it. So I got to double up my reverence for that particular tool, and just let it be a warning to you that if you use tools like that, never let your guard down, because it's super easy for things to go bad real fast. And anyway, that was the excitement I had today. Thankfully, it didn't go any worse. The Band-Aid on my other finger is completely unrelated. I have a wart that I'm trying to get rid of. So anyway, how are you? So anyway, I blew up all the patterns, and I'll probably just be cutting them out today. I may glue them today too. I haven't decided yet, but I actually did a full set for the second Sven of the skull, just so that I would have it done, and it's easier to cut 4 deep than it is 2 deep or whatever on the bandsaw. So that's what I did, and almost paid the ultimate price. So anyway, but I'm fine. So I'm just gonna set about marking these and cutting them and see what I get. It's probably good that I don't do the entire head, since it's not a prototype. It's going to be the final head, but it's an untested pattern, so I don't 100% know the way it's going to turn out. I have a pretty good idea but I may have to re-engineer things because it's so big. I mean, I don't know if you can tell, but that's how big my hand is compared to what the muzzle. This is just the muzzle part. So we'll see. Let's see how that comes together. And I always like these type of heads because it's going to use all three types of foam that I use. It's going to use upholstery foam for the muzzle, Scott foam or reticulated dry fast foam for the cheeks, and EVA foam for the skull, and maybe and also the ears. I may just try and figure out if I can use a little bit of L200 in there just so I can say that puppet uses every type of foam that I use. I don't know if that's possible. That's necessary, but. Tell you what, I had a hard time blowing up all these patterns at Kinko's. I usually just do it on my scanner, but I was trying to avoid having to do a lot of piecing together of these patterns. I still had to do a little bit, but not nearly as much as I would have if I had just print them out on 8.5 by 11 paper. And in doing so, every time I would get everything set up just perfectly, if I paused for even a few seconds or a minute, I guess, it would reset, and so I had to redo the resetting everything. In fact, I printed a couple of pieces at 100% because it had reset and I hadn't realized it. What a pain! But anyway, it's done. The whole world's against me. Okay. Anyway, so I'm gonna cut these guys out. I'm gonna get a new persona to it pretty quick. Hi, Tilly. So this muzzle piece is going to go like that, hopefully. And I made an error on cutting that mouth, but I made the same error on both sides. So we'll see. We'll see if it fits. I do not like using upholstery foam for final puppets. It's just kind of I would use up so much of the good stuff on here, and also upholstery foam holds its shape a little bit better than Scott foam, especially at this size. So structurally, it's probably a better idea. In fact, I might even have wanted to use 1 inch, but I don't have any 1 inch. So okay. All right, so I got those pieces. I got to do these, and then that should be everything of this part of it. I was looking to see if I had any scraps, but it doesn't look like it. Oh, wait. Nope. And the reason I'm using this stuff for the cheeks is because it tends to hide the seams a little bit better. Or, it lies flatter, at least in my experience, that it tends to lie flatter than upholstery. I have to order some more. And this is the wrong one. Hopefully I have the other one. Oh, here it is. So you can see that's how much bigger I blew it up. I blew up at 160%, which is almost, well, I almost did it 200%. And I'm glad I didn't, because this is already going to be a massive puppet. So I just cut off the wrong amount. Oh, well, now I have a scrap. Here's a blast from the past. Those of you who've seen my C-3PO, this is what it was based on, this little figure. Oh, when I found, uh, when did I find that? I found it yesterday. I was going through, I was working on Olaf, and I found his original teeth, and they were quite a bit smaller than the ones I glued on there. So I took those ones I made the other day off, and I put the original teeth back on him. I told you I'd find it when I finished the project. Okay. I kind of think this is going to be one of my last videos on this project because it's rapidly getting too big to put on screen to live stream. It's too big for the table, so I'll go as long as I can, and each time I have a process that I can show on camera, I'll do it. But it's kind of getting to the point where it's slowing me down a little bit to try and document the process. Oh, I didn't even know how that happened. All right. Get rid of some of these knives. Let a knife. This is a knife. Okay. Let's see. Here we go. It's so funny every once in a while. There's certain things I say that I always kind of go into Crocodile Dundee or Steve Irwin. Sometimes I'll be doing him. But it's like, for whatever reason. Oh, and I also do Gold Member from from Austin Powers. Toit. It's Toit. Every time my puppet is too small for my hand. Oh, it's Toit. That should be on the bingo card. Bad impersonation. Bad accent. Well, that's all the foam I need for this. I just need to make the mouth palette. Let's see if I have enough foam. I think just enough. Maybe not even enough. Let's see. Oh, hey Dave, how's it going? Let me tell you, you're gonna want to watch this, the beginning of this one again, in case you didn't see it, because I just told a story of how I nearly cut my finger off this morning. So luckily I'm fine, but that's what I did. It was riveting. A riveting story. Let it be a lesson to us all. It's amazing how few injuries I had as a cartoonist compared to that as a puppet builder. Okay. Yeah. It was scary. Made me totally reevaluate the merits of using a bandsaw. See, that's why the tick mark in the center is good, because it's easier to line it up. Well, it's not really a wound. It's not even a paper cut, really. It's kind of a friction burn. I went over it in the regular, retelling of the story. But basically, what happened was I was cutting foam on the bandsaw, and even though I'm always super careful with that, as the blade was powering down, I was clearing scrap foam off the plate, and my finger brushed up against the slowly moving blade, and it was enough that it nicked this knuckle. And the scariest part of it was it didn't even occur to me that it was moving. And so I just got to basically, like Adam Savage always says, you got to not get into that complacent mindset when you're working with power tools, because it's super easy for it to go bad real fast. So that was it. Hey, Anthony. Okay, so you can see how big this puppet's going to be. I'm going to have some sort of grip in there, but I'm going to hold off putting that in until I figure out if I'm going to have to do some sort of mechanism for the mouth, because I may have to engineer something for that. All right, so, and I'm going to have to buy another one of these tow away signs. I used up just about all of that one. Okay. All right, so here's Sven's head. Sven's head. So I'm going to have to heat form this part. Okay, so this is going to go around like this. Actually, you know what I'm going to do before I do anything? I'm going to mark all the registration marks on this thing. Oops. Okay, so this is going to go around like this. I need to heat form this before I do anything. So let me go get that. My grandfather on my mom's side lost half of his finger to a table saw. My brothers and I were hyper aware of his missing finger and his bald head ever since we were very young. Yeah, I don't remember it, but my great grandfather was missing a couple of fingers. I don't know if he lost his fingers as his life as a cowboy or a rancher, or if he lost later in life because when he retired, he started making like grandfather clocks and grandmother clocks, and he may have lost them at that point. But yeah, my dad always talks about how he's missing the tips of some of his fingers. I'm so afraid of that. I mean, oh my gosh. So the real key to using a heat gun is make sure you don't accidentally hit your computer with it and melt the case. Or start a fire. So I'm basically just running it along here on both sides. It's a lot hotter than a hair dryer, so that's why I'm wearing the gloves. And you don't want to keep it in one place too much because you will burn it. I don't know if you can see it, but the smooth side, you can see the texture change when it's been heated up. So I always try to make sure I get that shininess to it. Okay, so now I should be able to. Oh, this is the wrong piece. No, this is the right piece. Okay. So that's going to be. I usually only have one glove on, and I probably should just have one glove on. Because I noticed when I was trying to try to form this, it was really hard to grab with this other hand. I know I should have an anvil, but. To make sure I'm doing this the right way. Okay, so this is the neck, and this is the nose. This is the nose end. This is the neck end back here. Okay, that's one of them. Can you see the color change? The slight color change? Maybe not, but I can see it. And the reason I'm using the EVA foam instead of the L200 is because it tends to be a little stiffer than L200. It'll hold its shape a little bit better. It also, because it's cheaper, I can get 10 sheets for, I think it was $12, or four sheets at Harbor Freight for like $10 or $12. Whereas it was $40 for one big sheet of L200, which is what I'm using on Olaf. And that's the right choice for Olaf. But I probably should be wearing my respirator too, but I won't tell anybody if you don't. Okay. With any luck, I cut these the right. Yeah. Okay. I did them both right. Great. Let me get that hot heat gun out of the way so I don't catch the place on fire. Or burn myself. Okay. All right, so the way this is going to go together, those are going to go together like that. This can be his giant skull. And then the nose will go on like that. And then the cheek will go right in that gap that's there. And I don't know why this didn't end up round, but it didn't. Okay. I was taught in wood shop and metal shop that don't remove debris until the blade stops spinning, and always lower the guard when the saw is not in use. It's so tempting to not turn the machine off to remove scrap pieces while using the bandsaw or any other blade to run machinery, especially when in a hurry, but I'm always recalling my grandpa's missing finger, so I do regardless of how much hassle it is. Yeah, I always turn off, or I may occasionally not do it, but usually I don't put my hand anywhere near it if it's on. I'll sometimes use the foam that I'm cutting to push the debris out of the way, which is probably a bad idea, so I probably will stop doing that. But other than when I was cutting wood a couple of times and the bandsaw kicked back, this is the closest to having a problem. And I don't even cut wood on there really anymore. Okay. I got to make sure Tilly's not in this room. I hope this is big enough because, like I said, it was a real pain to blow everything up. I got to really start cracking on these, though, because I'm rapidly approaching the deadline to get both of these done. I tell you, working at Knott's has put me like super. I've been so exhausted at night. Oh, you know what else I'm gonna do? Since I do have an open wound, I'm gonna actually put some gloves on. I don't know if you can see how close they are to my my workstation here. I just always forget to put them on. I have to ship them. They have to be there on October 15th. So I think the drop dead for me to finish these things is like October 9th. I'd love to have them done before that, though. The second ones, which are due 3 weeks later, are local, though, so I don't have to ship those. I don't even know what parts of this glue to each other. This is such a monster. Okay, this is the mount right here. That's the lower. I'm not going to put glue on the mount part. I do have another thing of barbs, so I may end up using the last of it on this build, this head build right now. Starting to worry about barbs becoming unavailable or difficult to get. I looked everywhere for a gallon size without much luck. I finally figured a source one left. It cost me $100. I probably should get the big one too, but I feel like it would just give me more of a reason to be sloppy. If there's a lot of it there, I might be a little less inclined to use it sparingly, I guess. I don't know. Also, I think probably once these are done, I mean, I could be wrong. Hopefully, I'm wrong. I could see there not being like that's the end. Well, I have those other puppets I'm building, which will take me through the rest of the year, basically. But so much of what I'm doing will, like, I won't need a whole lot of builds. A lot of what can I call it? I don't even know why this part. Oh, that's where it brings to the house. I'll be running out of stuff that I need to build with it, so I don't know if I need $100 worth of barge on hand anytime soon. I hate for it to go bad because I'm not using it. I feel like that's not doing what it's supposed to do anymore. See, this is the reason I don't like to use gloves, is because it starts sticking to the gloves and then I can't do anything. Of course, I guess it would be sticking to my hands. So.
I've been hearing barges going away for so many years, and I've never had problems finding it. I mean, I just end up buying it on Amazon, but there's a couple local. I think it's harder to get shipped to California because some of the vendors I've tried to use, they'll say you can't send it because it's not, I can't ship to California, but I just go down the list and go to the next nearest higher point, and I can usually get it. I'm also going to put a piece of PVC pipe in here for the antlers, which I'm not sure that I have the right fittings for, but I want to make it so that I can remove the antlers when I ship, and then you can just plug the antlers into it when it arrives on site. One second, I'll read your thing in a second here. Don't write anything out. Okay, the thing that helps keep me from being wasteful is the hassle of transferring the glue to a smaller container. To keep the large container tightly sealed, it should be fine. It's the evaporation of the solvent that makes it gunky. Simply add some more thinner every time you transfer the small container, and you should be golden. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how my output goes. I got to keep this train running, but by the same token, I think I used up 2 of these little cans this last year total. This is the second. So, that's what, $60? Maybe it does make sense to buy a gallon. I don't know. I guess I also worry about having that much stuff that's flammable around here. I guess I have plenty of stuff that's flammable already, and I don't have any open flames, so I guess I'm okay. But okay. You excited to see how this goes together, or if it goes together? I know I am. I used Barge, the Barge thinner. And hi, Lori. Yeah, hey, Lori. Lori, how's it going? This is just the very end of the bottle, and I don't feel like thinning it out anymore. The one thing about the thinner that I don't like is it's so thin. I mean, it goes everywhere every time I use it. Okay. I'm not going to do the cheeks just yet. I'm going to do everything else.
I think they make different types for. I don't know if you can use paint thinner. Do you know, Dave? I've always the only time I've used it was this last time, and whenever BJ did it, it was he always used barge thinner. But I know that who said that? Who said the one? Was it Kathy Andrews? She said that you can use any thinner with any like you could use the McMaster's thinner with barge or whatever. I don't know if that's true or not, but or I guess I could give you guys a better view. This is going to be a huge puppet. Yeah, and I got the barge thinner on Amazon as well. I mean, at least this looks like a muzzle. Okay, so let me see if this thing goes together now. This whole thing's sticking together. So far, so good. Come on. I should probably have put the muzzle on before. Oh, this goes like that. Oh yeah, it does. Okay, we're good. Oh my gosh, this is so unruly, so big. I may have to adjust that piece right there. Okay, well. Yeah, there's too much of a point here. Where's my figure? Yeah, that's what he's got. Darn you, Disney. Ruining my life. Okay. So I'm going to adjust that, I think. It's just too much for it to... make that curve.
I think weldwood is a lot thicker anyway than barge. Like it always seems like even at the beginning it's a lot thicker. Okay. Yeah, I gotta let that dry a little bit more. So, what else do I got? Oh, let me adjust those patterns before I forget.
Where did I cut off? Oh, there it is. Okay, now I got to do his cheeks, which hopefully will fit in there. This thing is so big. I mean, look at this thing. There's my head next to it. I could wear it as a mask. Anyway. All right. Let me get that last bit of glue on there and then.
Yeah, well, that solves the puppeteering problem. They just wear it like a mask. I gotta say though, the shape's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the shape, if I do say so myself. Let's see. I mean, relatively, I didn't change that much from the bear pattern. I thinned it out a little bit. And I, changed the snout, but it was I'm glad I held on to that thing for, 2 years. That's why I never throw anything away. There's that. Okay. And look, I forgot to do my gloves.
Okay. All right. Well, that's getting tacky. Any questions? Any comments? All right. Now, I didn't mark where that dart went, but I'm just basically going to put them in the same spot on both of them. Hope for the best. Well, Olaf is he's still in pieces. I haven't finished him yet, but he'll be coming together soon. So, all right. So here's the giant head as he came together. I got his ears here too. Are they still pinned together? They're still pinned. And I'll heat form these as well, but these ears will come on like so and be all curved. And I actually may cut them down a little bit. They look a little big. All right, so those are coming together. Olaf is right here. And I got his body right here. So you can kind of see. That's as far as I gotten on him. I should have the vacuum form plastic this week. I can make his eyes. I'm still trying to figure out the way that it's going to be rigged to the belt. If I even go that route. I originally was not going to do that, but because you guys were so adamant that I needed it, I now have second guessed how it's going to be. So I'm trying to figure that out. But here's his body. Ah! Yeah. So I have quite a bit of range, actually. I'm waiting to cover that until I figure out how the lower body is going to attach to it. Let me see how this is going to go. I wonder if I didn't blow this up enough. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to come up with some sort of mechanism for the mouth. It's really big. Like, let's see if I can stand up. All right, so let's say I'm puppeteering this thing. That's how my arm goes in up to the elbow just to work the mouth. So I have to figure something out for that. Well, Lori, I guess you missed out. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so here's Olaf's head. I'm still waiting on the vacuum form plastic for the eyes, but he works pretty well. His nose comes off, and then magnets back on. These twigs, these fake wire twigs, seem to be working really well. I glued those in place. Here's his body, at least his upper torso. But I'm waiting to cover that until I figure out how it's going to join to the lower torso. And I'm also trying to figure out how I'm going to attach it to the belt. And I think it's going to go at the waist. I think there's going to be like a plate in there in between the two halves, so I don't want to put anything together yet. I'm sure they used, some sort of custom mech. So it says, I wonder what they used to operate the mouths on the Winnie the Pooh puppets. It's probably a custom thing. I think what I'm going to do, and I meant to do, I went to Harbor Freight yesterday to get some more floor mat. I think I'm going to get one of those pooper scoopers, and I'm going to see if I can modify that to work his muzzle. If it works pretty easily, I'll just probably make the mouth palette so it's joined permanently to that, and then they can just hold that thing out as a wand and pull the trigger, and it'll open and close that mouth. And I think that's how I'll do it. But I got to see if it'll work first before I do it. Thank you for saying Olaf looks good. I think he looks pretty good too. It's just there's a lot of mechanics I got to figure out still. But I guess what I'm going to do next on Olaf is I'm going to cover his arms. I had to put a little bit of foam on his fingers, but other than that, he's basically ready to be covered. But like I said, I'm waiting to cover him until I figure out what's going to happen with these where I attach it. So anyway, I guess that's where I'm at right now. And I'll probably I probably won't be on again until Monday. Monday I'll probably do I hopefully I'll have them done by then, but if there's anything I can show you guys at all, it'll be the sewing of the arms, because everything is getting too big now to do on live stream anymore. I'm looking at my Pooh book, but gosh darn, they don't show the back of the puppets. Of course they don't. Of course they don't. That's a puppetry secret. Honestly, the small one, it was perfectly set up to do the hand. I should have known that my arm would get pushed back as far as it has. But again, there's this option too. I think I have one here. Although I know what they're going to say if I try and pull this. Oh, that's weird. That won't work. I might be able to rig one of these guys up into it as well. It wouldn't take too much. Although I'm sure they would have a problem with that clickety clack. Also, Sven doesn't have to do much, so it may not. I may be overthinking a lot of this stuff. I was telling Eric, if I was writing that musical, I would have cut Sven so fast because he does nothing in that play, in that musical. I mean, it almost works. Yeah, I think the Pooper Scooper is my best bet, but we'll see. I got so many of these things left over from the bear. I can probably from Alien versus Musical. I have this kind too, which are missing the thumbs because I cut them off for the bear originally. But you know, this might be a possibility too. Like I could hook it up to the bottom jaw. Come here, come closer. All right, I'm heading out too. So thank you for tuning in and checking out my crazy builds. And thankfully, I'm not Steve of the 9 fingers today. So I will talk to you guys later. All right. Have a good weekend. I will see you guys on Monday.